You're about to listen to Kelly Martin Speaks. I'm your host Kelly, and the author of When Everyone Shines But You, a mental health and self-acceptance blogger and a recovering darkness addict. I have experienced intense anxiety, deep depression and life trauma, but I'm coming out of the other side now. Darkness was a comfort zone for me for a long time, and it felt safer than the light. So in this podcast I share with you my journey into the light and how I move through challenge in an empowering way. I'll share with you tools and nurturing ways to embrace your humanity. I was once a shy, scared introvert, afraid to speak, but that's all changing. Let's take this journey together and learn to fly. Hi there, welcome back to Kelly Martin Speaks. I'm your host Kelly Martin and this is episode 81. Now this week I've been experiencing some major physical symptoms from an advanced form of chiropractic work. Now I've been having back issues for a long time and I didn't realise how long until I started to see that the pain had become kind of my normal. So I simply manipulated my posture into positions that were comfortable for me. So anything from soft, comfy sofas to sitting at an angle at the computer. I think I even sat at one point with my legs crossed at the computer to try and take the pressure off my spine. I did anything just so I could be a bit more hunched over because I was in so much pain, even sitting and standing. So as my back began to get more painful and numb from the pain, and my neck and shoulders were causing me problems sleeping, I knew I had to get some help. So locally, I began seeing someone who does something called advanced biostructural correction. It's a form of chiropractic work, but it's kind of the opposite of what the traditional chiropractic work is. And I like that because I've seen a chiropractor in the past and it didn't really help in the long term. My back just kind of reverted back to the way it was. So this is kind of a long-term process, I suppose. And anyway, he drew to my attention through tests and numerous photos he was taking of me, of how curved my spine is and how much my head is forward, putting pressure on me further in my back and my neck, my shoulders. And I thought all of this began over the past few years, but I now realise it began in childhood. And I was always the tallest among my friends and at school, and back then I had low self-esteem, so I tried not to be noticed by anyone, so I would hunch my shoulders and bend down. I didn't realise that over the years how much trauma I'd placed on my body doing this. I thought I was standing more upright after doing Pilates and yoga, but I guess I was not aware that my body was compensating in different areas. While I tried to straighten up, my body was putting pressure in other areas of my spine to keep the centre of balance and causing me more pain. So this ABC technique, the advanced biostructural correction, involves allowing the body to go through its own process. It's called the unwinding process, unwinding the trauma. So I'm 2 appointments in. I've got another one tomorrow when this podcast goes out. And I realised how easy it would be to stop this process in its tracks. My instant response when I was feeling more pain and aching was, well, if I'm not feeling better straight away, then it's not working. But I then thought about this and I realised how I have looked at life in general as being like this for a long time, not just related to my body. Self-sabotaging what would work early on because I didn't get instant results back. I lacked commitment and staying power. Because I guess I figured I have committed to other things, collaborations, businesses, relationships, friendships. And in my ego mind, they didn't work out, so why should I commit? But I now understand we are encouraged to commit if we ever want the changes that we seek. Now with my body, I can see that 32 years of misuse, because I think it started in my sort of early teens, and increasing the posture issues over the years has meant that to unwind this process of trauma so that the body learns to stand on its own without me needing to exert pressure on it or willing it to straighten up, it will take time. It won't be an overnight miracle. It may be, but generally the body takes time to get used to the changes taking place in it. So as I sit here and I click and I crack as I move right now, and I'm reminding myself that this cracking and clicking is my body recalibrating itself into a new way of being, and so this speaks on a much wider level, not just for the body. Now, how many of us feel that if we just do X, Y, Z a few times, we should be seeing results quickly? Now, I know I've been like this. Now, has our fast-paced society, which is very reliant on technology, quickly finding websites, easy contact with people worldwide, has this increased our impatience and our inability to commit to a process, to the journey of life, wanting quick fixes more often than not? If something is uncomfortable or painful in the beginning, it can be so easy to give up at the first hurdle. It's like when we have repressed grief and we start to open up and the tears fall. Perhaps we feel overwhelmed by the emotion, and instead of letting the tears flow, we chow down on some sugary substance or distract ourselves through overworking or television. It can be easy to give up, and we often forget that our beliefs, our opinions, our conditioning, be it emotional, mental, or physical, they took time to develop. We trained ourselves in a certain way to behave and react to life's experiences in a certain way. So it stands to reason that for the unwinding or unraveling of this conditioning to take place, we need to be patient and really commit to the journey. Perhaps in the beginning, instead of trying to force through the changes, we need to take it easy and give ourselves breaks from trying too hard. I know for me, with my back right now, attempting to sit for even 20 minutes at a time without slumping is impossible for me. So I'm stopping and I lie flat on the floor or I move. I know this is the only way my body can get used to the new positions. I've been trying this for years, but did not realise my body could not correct itself because there are no muscle groups behind the spine to pull it back into alignment. So here I was trying to contort my body into positions it was, not only not used to, but was absolutely unable to make. So we need to take it easy. Only do what we are able to do. Take breaks from the processing, be it mental, emotional, or physical processing, and have self-compassion. I think many of us are an either all or nothing kind of human being. And because of this, we can get caught in a trap of commitment where we overcommit to the task. If it was me, it would be trying to sit straight all day long instead of allowing myself plenty of not sitting straight or forcing myself into a position my body has not naturally aligned with yet. If it were an emotional challenge we were working through, we would talk to a therapist or meditate for a while. Let the tears fall and then take time away from this activity. We wouldn't try and force the tears to keep on rolling or stay with our therapist 24/7. Everything in life needs balance, and we are part of that too. Try too hard too soon and we scare ourselves off ever completing anything. It is like when someone is not used to exercising and also wants to lose weight. Instead of introducing new foods into the diet gradually, doing a little exercise, they go all in the first week, eliminating all of their favourite foods and exercising to the point of exhaustion, not allowing the body, mind or spirit to simply allow these changes in. When we do this, we force change instead of surrendering to its natural unfolding. And so with that, as I type up this transcript, I click my office chair so I am slumping a little for a time, knowing I will choose to try out the new positions again soon. But for now, easy does it. Thanks for listening to this episode of Kelly Martin Speaks. If you have a question or topic you are struggling with and would like me to answer on an upcoming podcast episode, please get in touch. Your name will be confidential. Email me at kellymartinspeaks@gmail.com or message me on Facebook via my page Kelly Martin Speaks. And don't forget, if you feel that others are passing you by and the not good enough voice is screaming loudly, pop by kellymartin.co.uk to find out all about my books, including Book 1, When Everyone Shines But You. You can also support my channel via my podcast page on my website kellymartinspeaks.co.uk, via PayPal, or you can even buy me a coffee on there. Until next time, bye for now. You've been listening to my podcast, Kelly Martin Speaks. I'd really appreciate your feedback. If you're listening on iTunes, please give me a review. It helps me be seen and heard by those that need it. You can also follow me on kellymartinspeaks.co.uk, where you can read my blogs, find out about my book series, and subscribe to my monthly newsletter. I'm also all over social media, so search for me via Kelly Martin Speaks on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. I'll speak to you next week. Bye.